I'm going to show you the fastest ways to level up in Diablo Immortal. When you level up normally by doing main story quests and stuff, you'll hit certain points, like where my character's at right now, where you have to reach the level of the zone you are about to go to in order to continue the main story. So when you first come into the game, you will just do the main story. Whatever it says over here, you just do it. And for the most part, you'll be good. Maybe there'll be one point where you just like, one small point early on where you gotta do something and then come back. But it's not until you hit around level 35 that, well, you'll be about 30 and you'll hit a zone that's 35. It's the first time it happens, and it happens again later on when leveling. And in order to like drag this out as much as possible, I'm going to show you something else to do. But I got a really good one for you to do to level up when you hit this. But first, to make it so to bridge the gap better, so you don't have to grind for like 2 hours. Hit the menu up there and go to Codex. Make sure you're turning in these codex under guide for each zone that you complete, and just make sure you turn everything in there, because some of those things will give you XP to help keep your level up. Now, there are two main ways to gain XP when you're at one of these weird points. Now, the first one is actually not good at all, but I'm just going to make sure you're aware that there's bounties. So once you get to the main place, you can zoom out the map. So when you open up the map, you can press the button at the top left. It'll zoom it out to the world map. You go down to the very bottom left, and there's Westmarch. That's that main city you visited early on in the game. It's this place. So at the Palace Courtyard, it's got everything you need. So over here, there's the bounty board. You can grab a bounty. You can grab 4 at a time. But the problem is you can only do 8 a day. They'll give good XP, and for the time you spend, it's decent, and it scales to your level, I think. Pretty sure. Anyway, that's not really the best way to level up, though. When you're really stuck and you just want to grind it out and then get back to the main story, there's one way to do it. And that way is the Elder Rift. So the Elder Rift. Go to the Elder Rift, and this is where you learned early on about adding these crests onto here in order to get additional rewards, right? Well, I actually haven't tested if they give bonus XP, but you don't need the crests to enter these. You can just enter. So because of that, you can just farm this bonus XP forever in these Elder Rifts. But that's not going to be, well, it is good enough, but it's not the fastest way to do it. So when you go in here, there's actually a strategy you need to follow to maximize your time. So when you go into these, each time you complete it, first off, every time you complete it, you'll get like a 1/7 of a level, roughly. And what you'll do is you'll go into one of these Elder Rifts, you'll just go in the Elder Rift over and over and over again, and you're going to just ignore the enemies. These enemies scale to your level, and you can just ignore all of them, and you're looking at your mini-map at the top right for the ones that have a blue icon. And you'll see right there, the blue skull icon. And so you're just going to try to farm these ones as fast as you can. And that's literally it. And if you get, like, there's a certain seed or two that you can get in this Elder Rift that will make it so you need to kill normal enemies too or something. I could not find all the blue ones. And if you somehow have some seed where you can't get it and there's like there's nothing left for you to farm and you haven't finished it, what you can actually do is you can open the map and just teleport out of this place. So if that does happen, just teleport back to that place where you entered from, and then just go back in and just don't worry about it. It's faster that way than to just farm the normal enemies instead of just killing the blue ones. So yeah, and you just do that and just run through, literally ignoring everything except for these ones that are glowing blue that drop the stuff to finish this faster. And just like, if you're strong enough to just face tank everything, you just face tank everything and just don't even care. Don't even worry about it. And grab the experience globes that they drop as well, because that also contributes to how much XP you get per hour. And every cycle of this will, again, get you about a 1/7 of a level. And based on the math that I've done for this, it seems like you would get a level every 20 to 30 minutes is what the math came out to based on my testing and running these. And like I said, it scales to your level to some degree, although I'm not 100% sure being level 50 versus being level 33, if it's going to be 7 of these for a level, if it starts getting slower. But this is literally, I tested like everything. I looked up other people's leveling guides to see, and nobody had anything, and then they would tell you to do this, but they didn't actually like explain anything. And so I was like, okay, so what I thought was right, because that's what I thought before I even looked. I was like, surely there's something faster than this, right? So I started looking, and it was just like, no, there's actually just not something faster than this. So, as far as I'm aware. Maybe there's some video by some smaller YouTuber that did have some way that you're supposed to go to be just absolutely crazy, but I failed to find it. So I'm just gonna go with this. This seems decent. You do this till you get back on track for your level, and then you just go back to the main story. And then if you get stuck, then you just do this again, and just that's it all the way till level 60. As far as I'm aware, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be your path to getting there as quickly as possible. So once you defeat this last boss, that'll be in my case at level 33. This is 60,000 experience to do this whole cycle that I just did. And I did it in apparently 3 minutes. It didn't feel like 3 minutes. But you can get this done in like 2 to 4 minutes normally. And then get, yeah, and the math comes up every 20, 30 minutes. Well, hopefully it helps you out. That's really it. There's other ways to get levels. You can, other thing I should tell you real quick is over here, Monstrous Essence. When you get 10 of these, you bring it to a Hordic altar. Someone said in one of the other videos I saw that gives XP. I haven't even done it myself. But you get those so slow, it's not worth going out in the world and just farming those. It's just not going to make sense. Also, I tried, in case you're curious about this and you had this thought, and I tested it, kill streaks give XP. And the higher level the zone, the more XP that kill streak will give you. So I thought, what if I just go to the zone that I'm too weak for, in my case, for this character, the Library of Zoltan Kool-Aid. I go here, and this is where I need to go once I hit 35. So I went here, and I went to the hidden alcove where I can just circle around and just farm enemies forever and just keep the kill streak alive. And I got the kill streak to like 70 or 80. I can't remember, something reasonably high. And it only gave like 10,000 XP or something like that. And it took like 10 minutes of me, or 10 or 20 minutes of me farming them. And the enemies themselves gave almost nothing from doing that. So it was like, it sounded good in theory, but I tested it, and it was like, compared to this, it was absolute garbage. Absolute garbage for farming. So that's it. That's what to do. Make sure that you're doing your codex and your battle pass and turning in everything in here for bonus XP. And then once you run out of that and you run out of main story quests, you just farm these Elder Rifts without any crests in them. And that is going to be your fastest way. As far as I'm aware, that's going to be your fastest way from level 1 to level 60 in Diablo Immortal. If there's anything in particular that you'd like to know about Diablo Immortal, feel free to comment and let me know so that I can make videos about them. It would actually help if you guys tell me what are some pressing things that the player base wants to know, and I will see if I can figure it out for you and make a video about it.